What's the difference between collapse and surrender? Collapse is a loss of solidity within oneself or the experience of the absence of solidity. Surrender is about acceptance and grace. There is a muscular quality to surrender. That means that we actively choose that reality. We actively choose acceptance. Hi, I'm Fran Gallagher, and this is the Friday Meditation. And we're going to do a little journey today of moving into that state of grace that is called surrender. So there is a lot of collapse going on around us. Situations, systems, institutions, agreements can move into collapse, and relationships can move into collapse. These things can involve a great deal of loss. So I'm not saying any of this is easy. But sometimes it is time for us to recognize that there is something greater than us taking place, something greater than us that is determining what is happening. So let's get ready for a guided visualization. Get comfortable. Choose a comfortable position for yourself, and if you can, try to eliminate any distractions or eliminate the possibility of interruption. Good. So get comfortable and take a couple of deep breaths and call light to yourself. This is the light of enlightenment. It is the light that is often pictured around the heads of saints and angels. Imagine that you have an energy field all around you that takes up that light, so that that energy field is filled with light and surrounds you with light. Breathe in the light, and your lungs will fill with light, and your lungs will make that light available to every cell in your body. And so see and feel yourself, again, filled with light and surrounded by light. And you'll notice that as you play with the light, you will relax. Your field will expand, and the expansion of your field will allow you to relax even more. Good. And imagine that there is some amount of collapse going on around you. Maybe it's as simple as an agreement that seems to have collapsed, that one or both parties is not agreeing to it, not following through. And of course, if one party doesn't follow through, then the other one really can't, because the agreement has become null and void. And just imagine that maybe some of your relationships or aspects of certain relationships are moving into collapse in order to exit your life. It happens. And just notice if you can feel okay about that. if you can feel okay within yourself, maybe not great, but at least okay. And yes, you may need to grieve. You might have other emotions you need to process, such as anger, sadness. But for right now, imagine that there is something bigger going on in your life. Maybe it's time for you to have other types of people in your life, for instance. If you are looking for more success, for instance, perhaps it is time for you to have people in your life who are also looking for success. If you are wanting more discipline, more order, more organization in your life, perhaps it is time to have other people who also are moving toward higher levels of order and organization and who are imposing some discipline on themselves. If it's time for you to be more loving, more accepting, perhaps it is time for you to have people in your life who are also working on being more loving and accepting. If it's time for you to be more positive, then maybe it's time for you to have more positive people in your life. So imagine that there is a wave that has been moving through your life, an energy wave that with it is bringing growth and change and movement toward success, love, positivity. Maybe right now you can feel or imagine this wave. And imagine you can accept that indeed it is time for you to move to a higher level of growth, a higher level of order and organization, which is actually healing. It is the definition of healing, a higher level of order and organization. Good. You might say in your mind, silently to yourself, I accept. What's funny is you might be accepting exactly what you've been longing for, exactly what you've been asking for. You might not have known it would come in this form. And then imagine that you can allow the relaxation in your body right now, the relaxation we have been creating with this guided visualization, that you can allow that relaxation to be the expression of surrender. That you are graciously, gracefully bowing to forces that are larger than you, forces that have been gathering like a slow-moving wave in your life for some time. You were always meant to have the conditions, the things you long for. You would never have longed for them. You would never have dreamed of them if you were not meant to have them. So allowing this surrender and acceptance to be in your body, in your mind, in your awareness, knowing that it is time. It is time. And just know that those aspects of your world, from small to maybe large, that have moved into collapse, they are on their way to move out of your life, to move into their own cycle of devolution and destruction, and to move out of your life. And take a deep breath of acceptance. Take another deep breath of grace. Breathe out resistance. Take a deep breath of surrender. And just notice if you can find any sweetness in that surrender. Any reassurance or feeling that it is okay and it's going to be okay. You might feel or look for the movement of grace in your life. The appearance of love in your life. The arrival and establishment of success in your life. And if you want, you can stop this recording for a little while and hang out in this place of surrender and acceptance, and feel the movement of grace. Good. And notice your breathing. Notice that you are okay. You might even be more than okay. Good. And then let all of that go and begin coming back. Coming back from wherever you were. If you expand it all the way out to the edge of the universe, then find the Milky Way galaxy. Then find our solar system, our planet. Find your hemisphere, your continent. Find your country. Find your state or province. Find your city or town. Find your area, your neighborhood. Find your home or the building you are in. Find your body and the position you chose for yourself. Feel your arms and legs gently drop up on the perineum, in on the low belly, to center and ground. And when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths. Return to the room feeling relaxed, refreshed, and ready to go on with your evening or your day. Thank you for joining me. I'm Fran Gallagher, and coming up is my program in intuition. Trust your gut Intuition for Decisions That Matter. It begins February 1st, so just a few months away, and I'd love to have you join me. We'll be doing guided visualizations like the one that we just did, and you'll be learning how and when to trust your gut. Thanks for joining me.